Welcome to BS with Tommy and Wes.
Good morning, and welcome on this beautiful Monday to another episode of BS with Tommy and Wes. As always, I am Wesley Crane, and I am here with my illustrious cohort, Tommy.
Illustrious cohort.
Yeah, I figured I'd use new words and big words.
Can we market that?
I don't know. Illustrious cohort?
If it picks up, illustrious cohort. We're gonna try.
We can make it sexy, right?
We can put that on a pair of socks.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Tommy, you got anything going on lately?
Lots of they so many things going on. It's just so busy. I'm not doing a fucking thing. I am lonely. I am sad, and I pooped myself.
Oh,
right now.
That might be the worst.
About 2 seconds ago, it happened.
That might be the worst.
So you're stuck in this car with me.
Being lonely and sad's one thing, but pooping your pants, that's detrimental.
But you're here, so I'm not lonely and sad anymore.
There you go.
Now I've just got shitty pants.
You just got shitty pants.
I didn't actually poop my pants. Just for those who would take that very seriously.
If you guys can tell, today's going to be a little bit different. I've got the windows rolled down. We've got nature kind of entering the car.
There's a tree right there.
There's a tree right there, but there are tons of vehicles. So if you hear a bunch of background noise, that's why.
Pretty sure we heard a chainsaw earlier.
This is city ASMR.
Also, it's fucking Monday.
It is Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yes.
Welcome to the first ever Monday podcast. Holy crap.
Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday?
It's great to be alive on a Monday. It's only Monday. Don't leave me on a Monday. Sorry.
We've been kind of watching things here and there. We are caught up currently with The Last of Us.
Yes. The Last of Us.
New episode comes out tonight.
It does. Oh,
because we're recording this on a Sunday.
Fuck me. Fuck to me.
Yeah.
Fuck to me.
New episode comes out tonight.
Comes out tonight. We forgot to talk about the debut episode the last time we were here.
Yes.
And then we didn't talk about it last Tuesday because obviously we didn't record then. We usually record on Tuesdays.
Right.
Should we just say that? And that's why we decided to move this to Mondays instead of Wednesdays.
Right.
Because our normal recording day, we'll probably record again soon.
Yeah.
Like probably before this episode even comes out. That's basically the whole idea is we needed more time.
Yeah.
But yes, The Last of Us as the season 2 has entered our veins, and holy shit, shit is going down.
It was a whole experience,
a whole ass experience.
Yeah.
I almost feel like both those episodes. I wish both those first 2 episodes would have been just one episode.
For real. Just like a really long pilot.
I really like, because that's what the first season was. The first season had a really long pilot.
Yeah.
Like all those episodes were like an hour, except for that first one. It was like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Felt like a movie.
It did. It was awesome. Like, why could we not get that in this? I would have loved that so much. But it is what it is. Both those episodes are still great.
You know, though, I will say this. With the shock of episode 2, I am excited for episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
It did put me in the place of being excited for an episodic release again.
Should we talk spoilers or should we wait?
You know what?
Should we wait?
This is based on the second game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you play the second game, there's not much of a spoiler.
If you've played the second game, there's not a whole lot of spoilers here. But if you haven't played the second game and you're not caught up, we're not going to spoil it for you. But those of you that do know about the game and have seen this, or maybe haven't,
the deed was done.
The deed was done.
The deed. It was brutal. It was painful. It was a whole fuck. It was a little horny.
A little, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Have you watched any new movies lately, Tom?
I've watched loads of movies. I've watched loads. Loads. I've watched a plethora. And by plethora, I mean a couple.
We're using all kinds of big words today.
Yeah, we're just seeing what fits.
Yeah.
Any way we can make money off of it.
Any movies that maybe you would recommend?
Oh, definitely watch Sinners. I would watch Sinners 100 times again. That might be like the movie of the decade. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. That might be the movie of the fucking decade.
Movie of the decade.
That movie is fucking great. It's so good. There are even scenes that I thought I was going to hate when they started. I was like, oh, what are they doing? And then they doubled down and kept going. I was like, this is fucking phenomenal. This is amazing. Holy shit, this is so good. And they do the vampire stuff in it. Is the worst part about this. The worst thing about this movie is the second trailer. I will say that because when I watched the first trailer, I was like, ooh, that looks really fucking interesting. What is that? I had no idea what the movie was about. I watched that first trailer, and I was like, I still don't know what the fuck this movie's about, but it looks fucking interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And then the second trailer came out, So this isn't a spoiler, and it's like, holy shit, they're vampires.
Mm.
I didn't get that in the first trailer. I don't know if
Yeah.
that was a thing or not, but like I didn't get that in the first trailer. I think they just showed some glowing eyes. Maybe that was it. So they alluded. But if you went into this movie not watching that second trailer or wouldn't do it, watched it cold, you'd be in for a fucking trip. The first half of the movie is crazy, and then about 45 minutes in, something happens. You're like, what the fuck was that? And then it goes away for like another half hour, and you're like, huh? Hold on. You can't just go ahead and jump ahead and then just do the same thing that you did the last 45 minutes and act like that 45-minute mark didn't just happen. It's crazy. It's crazy. But the acting, phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan, phenomenal. The other famous chick that's in this movie, she's got some out-of-pocket lines. It's crazy. And then the stealer of the show, I don't remember the actor's name, but he plays the cousin of both of Michael B. Jordan's characters, by the way, because he plays two characters. He plays Smoke and Stack. They're the Smokestack twins.
Smokestack twins.
You could probably guess they're twins for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But there's this character who is their cousin in this movie. And I was trying to look up what this guy did before this movie because he was great. He didn't fucking do anything else. This is his first film. And he steals the show. I'm
That's
like,
insane.
you are a beautiful man.
You know, I feel like we've watched Michael B. Jordan kind of grow up in a sense. Like, I remember watching him when I was younger, when he was playing younger roles. But I think that he is hitting this stride in the last, I'd say 5, 10 years even, that he's putting out some of his best work.
So I didn't see a lot of younger Michael B. Jordan.
You didn't?
Even that Fantastic Four movie he did, I didn't watch that until literally like last year.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch a lot of young Michael. The first thing I saw Michael B. Jordan in probably was Black Panther as Killmonger.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
When he steals the show in that too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But no, that I haven't seen him put on a bad performance in probably anything.
Dude, like, it's not that, and I'll say this, it's not that his younger performances were bad, but I just think he's hitting that stride right now where he has found that sweet spot in his performances, and he's fucking killing.
Yeah, and he does a great job in this because, like, obviously he's playing two brothers. He's playing twins, but you don't really think about them being played by the same actor in this movie. Like, that's how much he differentiates, and it's great.
I think that's magical. When you
I don't even think you can tell that it's two different actors most of the time. There are some times, but most of the time you can't even tell that that the same actor is on the screen as two different people at the same time.
that's crazy.
I love it, especially when they start handing shit to each other. Like it's so good, man.
As someone who has done that effect before, like a clone effect, that is one of the hardest things to do, is to have yourself in the scene twice and hand stuff to yourself. It's like the hardest thing to do because you have to, one, find someone who matches skin tone if you're going to use a physical double there. But if you're going to be doing it completely VFX, it's so hard. You have to paint the other person out, or you got to like come up with a way to hand it off. Like, it's just difficult.
It's very, very, very good.
So I'm definitely gonna have to check this fucking movie
You
out.
have to. We gotta watch it together because I'm gonna watch it again. It's very good. It's a love letter to like music. The movie's topical. It's not. It's like it's a movie about discrimination and everything, and then the vampire shit kicks in. And it's like it's like the cherry on top, bro. It's so good.
I'm excited.
I've also watched a few other movies. I won't spend a lot of time on them because they're not as good. Not that they're not good in their own right, but like I watched Drop, another really good movie. I won't say much about it. Just go watch the trailer and you'll have the idea for the movie. And then I watched Until Dawn recently. It's people shit on that movie. They're shitting on it a lot, and
Is it warranted?
I get it, but I really like this movie.
Okay.
I know why everybody shits on this movie, and I can see it. And even when I watched it, I was like, a lot of people aren't gonna like this movie, but I liked it.
So let me get this out of the way, just to put, maybe this might put everybody at ease, it might not.
Yeah.
But let's get this out of the way now. If you walk into this not thinking this is an Until Dawn movie, are you gonna like it?
I mean, maybe.
If you walk in thinking
If you're
Until Dawn,
if you're a casual moviegoer
right,
and you walk into this and you like horror movies, but you're not this like diehard film cinephile, whatever.
right,
And you're not you don't watch movies to critique. You watch movies just to have fun.
sure,
You'll like this movie.
okay,
If you watch this movie and you're looking for things, you're gonna find plenty. Okay?
okay.
If you're looking for things wrong with this movie, you will find all of them.
Oh,
But this movie is still fun.
So go into it open-minded.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good time.
Just go to have a good time, and you'll have a good time.
Cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And this isn't a knock on anybody, but anytime that there is a movie adaptation of a video game, I have low expectations for
Yeah.
it. Borderlands, it was
Awful.
it was a great time, not what I wanted out of a
We
Borderlands.
watched that together, didn't we?
We did.
Oh man, that movie sucked.
It was a good time for me, but it wasn't what I wanted out of a Borderlands movie.
I think I came out of that theater like that was okay, and then the weeks went by, and I was like, oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't get better every time you watch it. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't. But so anytime somebody tries to make a video game movie adaptation, I have very low expectations.
Right.
However, I think that allows for me to go into it with just accepting whatever the fuck it's gonna be, and like I'm looking to just enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Not watch a video game movie.
Yeah.
I
I think going back to The Last of Us 2, I think there's a lot of like very just unwarranted hostility towards that. Sure. Because not because of the show, of anything the show's doing or it's bad or whatever.
Nope.
But purely because of the cast. And like not because anybody's doing bad. So for example, Bella Ramsey. Like she caught a lot of this when the first season came out, and she still catches a lot of it today. She gets shit on all the time because she straight up just doesn't look like Ellie. And that is true. She looks nothing like Ellie from the game. And like obviously it's a game, whatever. But she has kicked so much ass in this role, acting wise. She is chopping it up each and every time. She feels like Ellie. I think people need to shut the fuck up and just stop complaining that this real life human doesn't look like your pixelated video game character. Like same with Abby, the new character for season 2, Abby. In the game, she is jacked. She is so jacked. Like she's like yammed. Like it's memed how jacked she is in the game. In this, she's a normal looking woman.
Yeah.
Like, and the reason given was very good. It was like they want us to be able to look at this character and be able to see this vulnerable, sympathetic character. And that way, when the brutality happens,
It's a shock.
it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know? So,
It's a shock.
yeah.
And okay, so I have a problem with what you just said. And
Yeah.
not that I disagree with you at all. I am fully behind you, fully agree with you. I have a problem with this because I've seen some of the flack that these girls have gotten because
Yeah.
they don't look like those characters.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are recasting Harry Potter, and none of the characters look like how they're described in the book. What the fuck are we doing? Why do we keep going back and forth? Why is it okay in certain parameters and not okay in other parameters? This is bullshit. Okay, rant over.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Go, yeah, you get it all out. Bro. You're hyperventilating a little bit.
I hate everyone. It's been a whole thing. Jesus.
Oh man.
I don't know how to truly just open up about that without going to a full explicit rant, because it's something
I always
that,
forget that you're like a big Harry Potter fan.
well, and here's the thing is like, it wouldn't matter if it was Harry Potter or if it was fucking Scooby-Doo, right?
Right.
If you're gonna mess with the way that they've looked classically, do it tastefully.
Okay.
None of it's tasteful.
Okay.
They just kind of do it and they're like, well, we did it. And it's irritating.
Okay.
But yeah,
Do you feel better?
I feel a little bit better. But
Okay.
yeah, I agree with you. Like those girls get way too much flack.
Yeah,
for
and
not-
they're crushing it.
they're killing
They are
it.
crushing it so hard right now, bro.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, it's amazing.
But people need to either shut the fuck up or start giving flack all the way around, damn it.
You either double down or you leave. All right, let's calm ourselves down a little bit. Let's
Yes.
move on to our newest segment,
Okay.
debuted in the last episode, called "What You Drinking." So Wesley Crane, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the Mango Splash Zoa. It's a zero sugar energy drink. It's only got 10 calories, which come in the form of 2 grams of carbohydrates and 110 milligrams of sodium. You got some potassium, riboflavin, vitamin B6, B12, vitamin C, niacin, folate, and pantothenic acid, as well as choline. So it's nice and vitamin-y. Good for if you're not getting those in your normal diet. Tommy, what are you drinking? You're over here playing with it like a water snake, like a kid stole it.
I haven't opened it yet, and I just pulled it out the cooler, so it's like very like water. It's very wet. It's very wet. It's very moist. I am drinking a Tropical Storm Gorilla Mind. It's got some shit in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you drink Gorilla Mind frequently?
Nope, not at all. I'm gonna crack this bad boy open too, real quick. Oh, look at that steam coming out. You see that?
So, I've had a few different Gorilla Minds. For the most part, they're okay. There are a couple flavors that are complete misses.
It smells like Kool-Aid.
I am not a floral person. I don't like.
You don't like flowers?
And I don't like tasting flowers. There's a Gorilla Mind flavor, and I can't remember what the flavor name was. If I do, I'll put it in somewhere. I'll put it right now. And yeah, it had the aftertaste of like rose petal. But it was the only one that I just haven't liked.
That's pretty good.
Is it good?
That's pretty good.
Hell
I'm not the biggest Gorilla Mind fan. I've had a couple other flavors, but that's pretty good.
That's pretty.
I like that. I'm not gonna list off everything that's in it. It's an energy drink. I'm tired. I've been working nonstop. I've been sleeping very little, except for last night. Last night, this is how exhausted I was. I just fully crashed out. I am a nighttime person.
Yeah.
I don't like going to bed early. And when I say early, I mean like you're not gonna catch me laying down at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I typically don't go to bed until after midnight, almost every single night. And then, even then, I'm probably not falling asleep till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
We are vastly different in that because I am in old man mode and I like going to bed at like 8 p.m.
Okay.
I don't get to often, but I like doing that.
I hate going to bed early. And I think it's because of a sense of like my day is so filled up and busy all the time that I feel like when I go home and then I go to bed at a decent time, I feel like so much of the day has been wasted. Like I've done nothing for me, I guess. So for my sanity, I stay up and I do all the fun shit that I like to do on my own. Watch YouTube, play games, do a little bit of reading, here or there, whatever. If I go to bed, I feel like the day has completely been wasted. Like there's been no self-improvement.
What time do you wake up?
Let's pull out the scroll. It's different almost every single day. So like tomorrow, I'm gonna be up at 5:45 in the morning. Tuesday, I'll probably be up at like 9 p.m. or not p.m. a.m. 9 a.m. Wednesday, I'll be up at like 7 in the morning. Thursday, I will sleep in. I sleep in every single Thursday. I'll probably sleep in until about 10:45. Friday, 7 a.m. Saturday is hit or miss. Depends. It just kind of depends.
Okay.
I'm usually up pretty early on Saturdays, about 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 o'clock. Sometimes I can sleep in on a Saturday though too. It depends on where I'm wrestling that day. And then Sundays, Sundays are a little bit different too. I have to be at work a little earlier on those days, so typically get up around 8 on Sundays. Oh, so it kind of just differs. Somewhere between 5:45 to like 9 o'clock on average.
Maybe I need to adopt this because I don't feel like I do anything for myself anymore. Like I do this.
Yeah, I don't sleep a lot either because like I said, I go to bed always after midnight, and I'm usually not asleep until like about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not always getting the most sleep, but like I'd rather not get a lot of sleep than feel like I've wasted the day. So
No, that's completely fair.
How did we get on this conversation?
I don't remember. We were talking about drinking the energy drinks.
Oh yeah, energy drink. It's got caffeine. I'm tired.
And then, yeah, we talked about that. So, hey,
What's up, bud?
Daredevil.
Hold on. You can't jump the gun. Hold on. We gotta do the thing.
We gotta do the
We gotta do
thing.
the thing. All right, you ready to do the thing?
I'm ready to do the thing.
Editor Wes, do the thing. Previously on... No, that's not the thing. Wrong thing.
Chats with Tommy.
Oh yeah, Daredevil's over. We were supposed to record last Tuesday, like we talked about.
Yeah.
This is Monday, the day you guys are listening to this. We're recording this the day before on Sunday, which is kind of like weird because we said we wanted to start posting on Monday, so we didn't have to record the day before we posted. But we're recording the day before we're posting.
Life is very full.
Life is very full right now. But last Tuesday we were supposed to record, and I was gonna mention how it was a sad day for all of us.
Yes.
Because it was the first Tuesday without Matt Murdock in our lives.
Yeah.
Daredevil was fucking amazing. I do have some complaints though. I do have some complaints. I gotta say. I do have some issues. I will cover them first, and then I'll talk about the 100,000 different badass things that were going on. The two things I did not like about this show as a whole, and so number one, I don't like CGI Daredevil.
Okay.
In episode 1, and then I want to say in episode 7, you see a computer generated Daredevil doing shit. I don't like that. In all 3 seasons of the Netflix show, that was never a thing. Never a thing. What are we doing? Are we still live? Are we still recording? Okay, we're still good. And in episode 1, you see a CGI. Now it is cool to see him fucking using his baton wires to swing around and do all the shit that Daredevil does in the comics and in the video games. It was cool to see that, but I don't like it at the expense of a CGI computer generated Daredevil. The second thing I don't like about the show, and it's simply the finale. If you go watch seasons 1, seasons 2, and seasons 3, when all of those seasons end, there is an identity to the season itself. Season 2 is a little different. Season 2 does have a cliffhanger of sorts, but the season still has its own identity. And the cliffhanger isn't even for Daredevil, it was for the Defenders, but either way. When this show ends, you feel like, what the fuck? This feels like the finale did not feel like a finale. It felt like the penultimate episode. It felt like we had one more episode of this show left. And I'm thinking that maybe the reason why is that the first 2 seasons of this show was meant to be one season. Because when they announced this show, fucking ungodly amount of years ago, they said 18 episodes. We got 9 episodes. So this show did not have its own conclusion. It did not feel like it ended. You know, it feels like you have to watch season 2 now. And every time you watched a season of Daredevil in the Netflix era, you didn't feel like you needed to watch the next season, but you wanted to because it was always so good. So those are my 2 issues. Everything about this show fucks. It is awesome. Punisher's back in the finale doing Punisher, and he's doing the punishing. He's not just acting his amazing chops off. He's doing the punishing, and it's great. It's beautiful. There's Matt Murdock and Frank Castle on screen together. Oh, it's so good. There's a scene, without trying to give too many spoilers here, there's a scene where Daredevil, he walks into his house. He's wearing nothing but a hospital gown, and he just gives a little chuckle because he knows who's there. It's motherfucking Frank Castle, the Punisher. He's there, and he's like, all this shit in this kitchen, you can't get a good cup of coffee anywhere. And it's like, and they know bad guys are coming, so he's getting up to go suit up, get out of his hospital. He's like, you gonna fight all these bad guys with your ass hanging out? It's so good. I love it. I love it so much. That's my bromance right there. I ship those 2. Real quick before we move on though, I wanted to give just a friendly reminder to go vote on your favorite Franken wrestler who wins this bullshit main event. We don't need to recap on who's who right now. Just go to the BS Brigade and vote. Yes, vote on who wins this WrestleMania main event of our Frankenstein wrestlers. Before we move on though, WrestleMania, it happened. It did. It happened a week ago.
It did.
1 whole week.
Yep.
And you, sir,
I ate shit.
you ate a lot of shit. See, here's the thing. In retrospective, the points ended up not mattering. We did confidence points.
Yeah.
And at the very end, you was like, either I win all or I lose everything.
Yeah.
And the points no longer mattered.
Listen,
We
it's a
turned it.
gamble.
You became Drew Carey. You said the points don't matter.
Yeah. It was a gamble.
But here's the thing. We didn't do that much different.
No.
We forgot to include the Randy Orton match, by the way.
We did.
But I went 50-50. I went like 7-14 if you include the Randy Orton performance.
Yeah.
Because I picked Randy to win his match. You went 6-14.
Yeah.
So if you would have just stuck with the confidence points, there's a good chance you might have
pulled it off.
pulled it
But
off.
listen, here, and I'm gonna give the reasoning for it.
Okay.
What WrestleMania was this?
41.
Where were they?
Las Vegas.
It was all about a gamble.
It was.
It was all about a gamble, baby.
It was more
And
of a
I
gamble, but
and I ate it
you
big time. This is why I don't gamble for the most part. I'll gamble on here from time to time, but that's about it. When it comes to going to a casino, I would rather watch other people gamble. It's way more fun for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big gambler. This one was very out of character for me, and it shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there was a lot that we had a lot of defers picks. Like, there were some where we picked the same people. Like, we both picked Ray. We both picked Liv and Raquel. I put a lot of points on those. Ended up still being Ray, but just not Ray Mysterio. It ended up being Ray Phoenix. But I didn't change my prediction. But where you at first was putting low points on those, I was putting high points. So we both would have got those wrong, but I would have lost way more points.
Yeah.
And then also I picked Gunther. You picked Jay. You put a lot of points on Jay.
Did I?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be raced him on now, but I remember you were very confident that Jay was going to win. And I was very confident that he was going to lose for some reason. I don't remember why.
I was looking at it, I think, just from a standpoint of like they've built him for so long that it made sense for him to win.
I don't think I'm not sure how much our points would have been different. But either way, it doesn't matter anymore.
No.
You've lost.
Yep.
So
I'm taking
at the next training session, and we have now confirmed as of today that Nasty will be there.
Yeah.
We haven't told him what he's doing.
Oh.
But you did lose. So at the next training session on Tuesday, not tomorrow, in 2 days from now, a day after this airs, you will be getting chopped by every single person that shows up to training. Twice.
And fed a pepper.
And fed peppers. We need to go get peppers. I forgot about that.
And fed a pepper.
Everyone's going to feed you a pepper and then chop you twice.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get frog splashed by Mr. Nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Listen, I know that Nasty's frog splash is hefty.
It's a hefty.
Did I ever tell you what happened when you frog splashed me last?
Did you fart?
Heavily. It was the most emptying, and I know that like people listening, it's gross, but like you know what I'm talking about. When you have that emptying fart, when you fart and it feels like your whole midsection is normal, like there's nothing else in there.
They're ready to take promo pics.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. Like you hit, and I was just like, oh.
I'm glad you didn't shit yourself.
I've only sharded one time.
So yeah, I would watch what you eat.
Yeah. Peppers is one of them.
I would watch what you eat before that. Those peppers aren't gonna go through like that fast. But like, if you go have some Chipotle for lunch that day and then you come in,
I have some like 5X bean burritos and
Jesus Christ, dude, Jesus Christ. So that's happening on Tuesday. We should probably record that.
Yes.
Yeah, we should probably record that. I do feel bad for you.
That's not going to be just for members either. That's going to be for just
everyone.
The public.
We're gonna put it on YouTube.
We're going to put it on YouTube. It's going to go on social media. Yeah, it's a thing. This is going to happen.
Yeah. We're gonna bring in Pogan Law too, just for you.
God.
Pogan Law. All right. I mean, I don't think we have much else to talk about. Do you have any questions for me today?
I have no questions.
You have no
for
questions for me today?
Listen, I started this job and I love this job.
Right.
Let me get this out the way.
Okay.
I love this job.
Do it.
I'm not going to say where I work, but I work for a very, very well-known motorcycle brand dealership.
Okay.
And I am their marketing and content manager. I love my job. It's fantastic. What I do outside of just wrestling, where I design graphics and I do video, like that's what I'm doing. It's beautiful. But when I get off work, it's the last thing I want to do. The last thing I want to do is sit down at my computer and keep going.
Right.
So I don't want to. However, this past week I've made it a point, sit down about 10 minutes, do something on a client project, just something, whether that be a brush stroke, whether that be just moving a couple parameters in a project file, whatever. 10 minutes, do something. So I'm finishing up the client work today, And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put it out right now that Digital Crane Media is taking a very, very hard cut. It is like I'm not gonna be doing client work anymore, except for like a few very certain individuals. And that's simply because like I can't keep going anymore. Not like that anyway. I'm so burnt out that I can't feel the actual effect of burnout because I'm moving without thinking.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That makes all the sense.
Okay. I just can't keep doing that anymore. So I am taking Digital Crane Media in a completely different direction, and I will be using it strictly to be a banner for personal projects that I take on in that respect. However, I love the job that I'm at now.
Yeah.
It is truly fun. You know, when you're a kid, you see a motorcycle on the road, you're like, whoa, because it looks cool.
Right.
Now I'm an adult and I just get to hang around them all day, take pictures and video of them, and make them look cool. Like that's what I get to do all day.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy to be there.
Good deal. I'm glad. And this is like the first time I've ever seen you like working a normal job.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you like it so much is like awesome. I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
I don't think so.
Anyways, where can the people find you next? We're gonna wrap this bad boy. I'm joking. Previously on Wrestling Survivor. Body oil has no room for pom poms.
Okay.
I didn't come up with that. I didn't plan that.
Body oil and pom-poms.
Justin Lee turned his back on Malik Mayfield.
Oh.
Exactly. You forgot about that, didn't you?
Justin Lee's pom-poms and Malik's body oil. I got it.
Exactly. I did not listen to the previous episode before we did this. I did not go back and listen to it. I usually do that right, but the day we record, I always go back and I listen to the previous Survivor bit so I can come in prepared. Not do that this time. So I remember that Derek James won immunity.
Yes, he did.
And it was looking like it was probably going to be a 5v5 with a swing vote maybe here or there. It turns out the swing vote was not a swing vote, but there was maybe some doubt going in. It was Stormy versus Justin.
Yes.
That's who it was. It was Stormy Renee and her 4 versus Justin and his 5 tentative 6.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, was that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Because there was 10 people left.
Yep.
So it was Stormy's 4 versus Justin's 5 tentative 6.
Yes.
But the issue is that Justin's on the outside number 1 looking ally, Malik Mayfield, was a previous ally to Stormy Renee before the tribe swap back in the day. So Justin concocted a plan.
Yep.
And on the side over here, Tatum, Red, and Jacob have been listening to the pleading case of Dalton Gray because he was part of the 4. So he knew he was on the outs. And he wasn't necessarily trying to tribe swap or anything, but he was pleading his own case.
Right.
Like, please don't vote for me. We can be cool. And then ended up doing just that. He ended up like alliance swapping and joined that group because Malik Mayfield was going to be a problem for Justin when he came out to get out Stormy. So what did he do? Boom. They voted for Malik. He took the information and kind of muddled it up a little bit, made Red, Tatum, and Jacob think that Malik was swapping. That wasn't the case. But he made them believe that. And it was a big swerve. It was a blind side at Tribal Council. It was looking like it was going to be Justin or Stormy, and then bam. No more Malik Mayfield. Now here's where the game switches. Here's where the game takes a turn. Because now there are 9 people left. Let me recap the 9 people that are left. Because now, at this point, when you're voted out, you don't leave.
Nope.
You don't leave. You
Where
stay.
did you go, Tommy?
At Ponderosa. From what I've heard. At least on Real Survivor, they go to Ponderosa, wherever that is. Here, you just go to Eddie LaVon's house.
Oh, okay.
It's on the island.
I heard he has like the best mac and cheese. A little bit of brisket on top.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I hate brisket. It's Cajun brisket though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be good. So the 9 remaining people we have: Dalton Gray, Alex Royal, Stormy Renee, Justin Lee, Eddie LaVon, Red Chambers, Tatum Manning, Jacob Lindsay, and Derek James. So here's where the game changes. You have to be careful who you vote out now, Because now there are 9 people left. 7 people will be voted out at some point between now and the finals.
Mm-hmm.
When you vote out those 7 peoples, you will now be voting out the people who you are in turn going to ask to vote for you to win the bullshit basket.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is they're going to go to a jury of some sort back at Eddie Levon's house where they're watching the show on Rabbit Ear TV.
Oh no, they don't watch the show.
Oh.
They don't watch the show.
So they have no idea what's going to be happening?
They have no idea what happens on the island.
Oh, shit.
The only inclinations that they get is when tribal council starts, they bring in the jury, and the jury sits in on the chats before the votes, and they stay the whole time.
Okay.
They see what happens.
Gotcha.
But they don't watch the show.
Gotcha.
The show hasn't aired yet, dog.
I don't know that I could handle it.
I think the show airs 5 months after they do it. I think that's how it typically works. But either way. But anyways, we're gonna jump right into it. We have a reward challenge today. Pull it back up on my phone again. Sorry. What the fucking somebody does. Oh wait, but before we get to the reward challenge, some shit happens.
Some shit happens? Oh no.
Someone found a pile of apple cores next to somebody else's belongings.
I have a theory of who this might be.
Oh, we're
but-
gonna spin a wheel.
Okay.
So this doesn't necessarily mean. Sorry. So we're gonna. So okay, I'm not even gonna explain it. We're just gonna jump into it. So. I probably should have did all this first. Red Chambers finds the apple cores. And he. Sorry, I just threw you for a twist. And he finds these apple cores next to the personal belongings of Tatum Manning, his ally. Okay, so before we get crazy, this doesn't necessarily mean that Tatum was hiding apples. It just means that Red Chambers found apple cores hidden with Tatum Manning's belongings. How did they go about this? They are allies. They are allies in an alliance. How does this go?
I think Red's like initially taken back by it, and he's not entirely sure like what to think. Like he's a little bit pissed off, but he also like he's not trying to immediately accuse. You know what I mean?
Okay. Does he go and talk to Tatum about it? Does he go to somebody else about it? Does he just try to pretend like he never saw it? Does he hide the apple cores somewhere else?
No, I think he approaches Tatum about it.
Okay.
But
But hey man, what the fuck? You been eating apples?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe not as like hostile,
Okay.
but definitely like a hey bro, like what the fuck?
Okay. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How does Tatum respond? Did he eat the apples? Did he? Should we flip a coin? Should we flip the coin to see if he actually did the apples? I don't know. Would Tatum Manning lie if he did eat the apples?
I don't think if there were multiple apples, he would lie to Red about it.
Okay.
Um,
Do you think Tatum would, first of all, do you think Tatum would do this? Does it look like Tatum Manning would eat these apples
no.
and hide them?
My first inclination was not Tatum.
Okay. Who's your first inclination?
My first inclination was that Derek James somehow got really stoned and just like ate a shit ton of apples.
Okay.
But I don't know what he could be smoking on the island unless he found something.
Here's my theory.
Okay.
So I've got 2 suspects of who could have eaten these apples. I got Alex Royal.
Okay.
Remember when they did the whole thing about coming together, he did eat some fruit on the long way and then possibly hide some. True. But it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since then. My second inclination is Jacob Lindsay.
Ooh.
So remember, Tatum and Red have been together since day one.
Yep.
When they merged, Jacob Lindsay came over because him and Red are also buddies.
Yep.
There was some tension between Tatum and Jacob.
There was.
They tried to bond over some ham sandwiches. They tried to bury the hatchet. Did that work, though? Did Jacob Lindsay eat these apples and then hide the cores in Tatum's belongings for someone to find?
I could see Jacob doing it to maybe even drive a wedge between Red and Tatum.
Exactly. Maybe maybe he's getting a little jealous that his ally is not just his ally.
It's very possible. Very possible.
Does anybody know that, though? Does Tatum suspect that this might have happened from Jacob?
I don't think so. I don't think he's suspecting it because he feels that the sandwich thing was fine.
So he fully denies it.
Yep.
Fully denies it. We're going to assume that he didn't eat these apples. Does Red Chambers believe him? He did find apple cores in his personal belongings. Does Red Chambers Does Red Chambers believe Tatum Manning when he says he did not eat these apples and hide them?
I think he wants to believe it. I think he wants to believe him. However, I think that there's like a little part of Red that's like skeptical.
Okay.
But they're down to like find who the fuck had the apple.
Okay. So does Red take this information to anybody else at this point?
I think he does go to Jacob.
Oh, and then Jacob's like, what? That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. So have we established this was Jacob Lindsay?
for sure.
Okay, this was Jacob Lindsay. Jacob Lindsay ate a bunch of apples and then hid them in Tatum Manning's personal belongings. And then Red goes to him. He's like, what? He's like, let's not jump ahead of ourselves here.
Right.
It could have been, and somebody else planted his own. He's like, maybe, but who knows? Who knows? Let's just see how. Okay, we're gonna move on. And we're gonna see how this plays out.
Jacob's being that friend that like stole your thing and then helps you look for it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right, so let's move on to the reward challenge. We're going to the mud pit.
The mud pit.
Here's how this works. About 20 or 30 yards or so is a big just mud bath that can fit fucking almost 20 people, right? Where the contestants are, tribe members, contestants, whatever you want to call them, they have a 5-gallon bucket, right? The object of this game is to fill the bucket with as much mud as you can. Here's the catch. You cannot physically carry the mud with your hands or arms. You cannot make any kind of like sack with any clothing that you're wearing. You have to just go dive in and collect as much mud as you can with your body.
Okay.
And by any means necessary, except for physically carrying or making a sack of any sort. You come back, and then you can use your hands, whatever, to try to get the mud off of you into the bucket. You have 5 minutes to get as much mud as possible.
How big are the buckets?
5 gallons.
5 gallons.
5-gallon buckets.
Okay.
So like a small trash can.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm not skipping anything here. They will race to the mud pit by any means necessary. Whoever collects the most mud in 5 minutes, wins reward. Here's what they're playing for. An overnight stay on a cruise ship. They will go, they will get their own room, their own bed, they will shower, have a hot shower, all the luxuries they need. They will have dinner, they will wake up the next morning, they will have breakfast, they will stay on it for a couple more hours and then return to the island.
Okay.
Yes. Overnight stay on a cruise ship. This isn't just any cruise. This is the cruise of Jericho.
Oh shit.
They will go on the cruise of Jericho, man. Jericho cruise.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Who's jumping ahead at you? I will say there is a strategy to this, and I will tell you afterwards. But I want to hear your thoughts first.
I think Royals is just fucking gunning. Like, he cares about this one.
He hates being dirty, but he loves cruises.
Yes.
He's an expensive man.
Yeah.
Justin Lee as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those two are just like balls to the wall, like just going.
Okay.
I think they're rubbing mud in their hair. They're fucking,
Okay.
they're utilizing every crevice of their body to just stuff as much mud as they can.
Okay.
Let's see.
I will say, like, when you're in the mud pit, you can do whatever you need to do to get the mud on you.
Yeah.
This is when you travel, you cannot be carrying anything.
Right. I think Dalton Gray's got he's got long hair, so
Okay.
he can carry.
I will say that is the strategy, is hair.
Yeah.
Hair is the strategy.
Him and Stormy both have that advantage.
Yeah.
Alex
does not have long hair.
Even Red does.
Red's got he's got thick hair.
Yeah.
And he's got facial hair.
Yeah.
And a full beard.
So
Stormy's got a lot of hair. Alex does not have a lot of hair.
no,
But he's got a big body.
he does.
He's got a big body. Eddie LeBlanc. Big body, lots of hair.
Big body, lots of hair. He's got a beard.
Yeah, he's not making a lot of trips though. He's not moving very fast, but when he comes, he's packing.
He's packing.
No
yeah.
Diddy.
No Diddy.
Derek James does not have a lot of hair
Not anymore.
and not a lot of body either.
Nope.
Jacob Lindsay, big body, no hair though.
Yep.
So this is oh man, this is a tough one. Man,
I think Eddie's probably edging him out, like quietly.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he's not moving a whole lot, so he doesn't seem like a whole lot of a threat. But that's a big man with a lot of space,
So he's in there.
and he's in there. I
He's
think he does it in 3 trips total, where everybody else is like back and forth because he's getting it out of his hair.
I will say there's
and
no
out of his
limit.
beard.
There's no limit to how much mud you have to collect. It's just you have
Right.
to collect as much as you can in 5 minutes.
Right.
30, 40 yards away. Can Eddie make that 3 or 4 trips required though
Ooh,
in that amount of time?
you're right.
He's a slow mover. I don't think he's really running at all.
No.
And once he's in the mud, he's having trouble getting out of it.
he probably feels like he's running, but he's doing the fast walk across the cross.
He looks like a pirate, but he's got 2 legs.
Yeah.
But he's walking like he has one and a big leg. He's probably getting stuck in the mud.
He's probably not moving very fast. So yeah.
I think Justin Lee is like diving into the mud pit and then coming back and being like, huh, and there's just nothing. Like he's a little dirty and stuff, but there's like he's trying to collect whatever and he gets like a cup worth.
Yeah.
Red Chambers, Stormy Renee, they have a lot of hair. I think they're succeeding at this.
But so the thing that I'm seeing with Red, right, is
Yes.
that, yeah, he has a lot of hair, but it's thick. So is it really letting go of the mud, or is it clumping?
So you can use, once you get there, you can use your hands and kind of do what you got to do.
But is it clumping up in that thick hair?
Might be.
Whereas like Stormy's got a lot finer hair.
Right.
It's probably going to come out a lot easier.
But will it hold though? Will it hold a lot?
On her probably, because it'll just stick to her.
Okay.
Honestly, that's probably the case with everybody that has hair. Will probably just like stick to their, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
But it coming out of their hair, that's where I'm stuck on, because I don't know if finer hair or thicker hair would be the more advantageous.
Okay. Okay.
I think because we got Dalton in there too.
Dalton's in there.
He can move fast.
He can move fast.
And he's got long hair.
He's got long hair as well.
He just doesn't have a whole lot of
He
body.
doesn't have a lot of body to put mud on though.
Right.
I think it comes down to Stormy or Red. I'll let you decide. I'm a little torn between those two.
I don't know, because Stormy edges Red out on height, whereas he has her more on a mass scale.
Yeah.
So they kind of even out in a way.
Okay. It's very close.
Very close.
Like the 5, here's how it typically works. Like the 5-minute timer goes off and they all come back and then they just weigh their buckets.
I think Stormy gets it.
Okay.
She's got longer hair, thinner hair. She can probably just get more out.
All right. Stormy Renee wins reward and overstay night on a cruise. Here's the catcher. They get to bring somebody with.
Oh, shit.
Who's she bringing? Let's take a look. Who's she bringing?
I think.
She hates Justin.
Yep.
She's kind of against that whole alliance. She doesn't have problems with all of them, but she's against them.
Yep.
Dalton Gray just flipped on her.
Yeah.
Got out Malik. She's allies, sort of, with Derek James and Eddie LeBlanc. Kind of all the, I think that's all she's got right now. That's her. She's on like a 3-man alliance.
I think she probably takes Derek.
Okay.
It's, I think, the most familiar.
Okay. She gets to take another person.
Oh.
She gets to take an extra person. So she's put on the spot to take another person.
Well, she's going to take Eddie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And she gets to take one last person.
Oh, shit.
One last person. She gets to take 3 people with her in total. She finds us out on the spot too, after each pick.
I would say she probably takes red.
Red.
Just out of her respect. Of,
Okay.
Like, the hard work through the competition.
Okay, awesome. So, all right, here's where the show kind of cuts back and forth between them on a cruise getting cleaned up and then just the miserable camp life of everybody else. Back on the cruise, them eating fucking steaks and shit, to the miserable life at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Stormy, Red, Eddie LeVon, and Derek James get to go have an open bar on a cruise. They get to have hot showers, beds to sleep in.
Yep.
They get steak dinners, they get to have breakfast in the morning. Yep. They get to relax. They get a massage too on the cruise, probably like the next day before they go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Man. All right. While they're on this cruise, is there any game talk? Because Red is not a part of this group. Red's on the opposite side. But there's now also the whole issue about, can Red trust Tatum?
Right. Well,
Does Red trust anybody on his alliance? Because maybe Tatum ate these apples, but maybe he didn't. In Red's eyes, maybe someone's trying to frame Tatum.
right.
Does he suspect that at all? He wants to believe Tatum. We've established that. Maybe he doesn't, though.
There's a sliver of him that doesn't.
There's a sliver of him that doesn't believe Tatum, but there's got to be a part that does, and this could have been somebody else.
For sure. But with Red being on the cruise, that leaves Jacob and Tatum alone without Red.
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfect opportunity for something else to happen.
It is. I was gonna say like maybe Jacob goes to Tatum and tries to talk about maybe it was Red, but like the whole thing is that they want Red.
Right.
They each want Red. They're jealous boyfriends.
Yeah.
Tatum's not even actually that jealous.
No.
This is just a Jacob Lindsay thing.
Right.
It's an own personal thing. So I don't know if he would try to put it on Red. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think Jacob, while everybody else is on the cruise, Jacob tells the tribe what Red told him. And he's like, Red found, like maybe like he starts some kind of argument that has something to do with else, whatever. And then he goes, is that why you ate all those apples? Or
Yeah.
and it starts a big fucking like,
Blows it up, basically.
Justin Lee comes out because he's fucking tribe leader, I guess.
he
In his own
considers
mind. He
himself
goes,
tribe
he's
leader.
like, who ate some apples, guys? Come on. Who did this? What? Why'd you eat these apples, Tatum? He's like, I didn't fucking do anything.
It's a really good
So-
Justin Lee impression.
Come on, guys. Come on. Who ate these apples? Did you eat these apples? Come on. Just why did you share these apples? There's like 5 cores in here. They're just still there. He went and threw them out, and Jacob went and found them and put them back. Why are there cores? Why are there apple cores?
They're all sandy now.
On the yacht, does Red tell anybody else about the apple incident?
No.
Oh,
He's keeping it very
Okay.
hush because, like, he doesn't want everything to blow up. Unbeknownst to him, it is
blowing up
back
back
at
home. Are they trying to convince him to jump ship at all?
I think that there's a little bit of game talk between Stormy, Eddie, and Derek,
Okay.
and they're trying not to be too loud. But I mean, Red's hearing it all. He just
Okay.
then he just inserts himself and like walks in.
Okay.
That's when like
Maybe they were just talking about they need to get rid of Justin somehow.
yeah,
And the Red walks in and he's like, maybe you're onto something.
yeah,
And he's like, maybe Red kind of joins up a little bit. Maybe talks about we can get rid of Justin. We got to get rid of, I've got my guys. I've got Dalton. And they're like, we don't associate with him anymore. he's like, I understand he did you guys kind of dirty, but I've also got Tatum and Jacob, and I've kind of got Dalton as well. We could get rid of Justin. Like, it's getting more and more apparent that Justin's running the show.
Yeah.
Right? So even his own alliance is kind of seeing that. Shout out to that guy.
you guys jamming.
So I think on the yacht, just through camaraderie and enjoying this experience together, and how they were neck and neck in the challenge and decided to take him on the yacht anyways because he performed so good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new alliance formed here,
Yeah,
sort of
of sorts. Yeah.
of sorts. So everybody goes to bed. They wake up the next morning. Everybody at camp is just not talking,
No.
and Jacob's going there the whole time. He's like he gets his own like camera time, and he's like, it's all coming together.
All coming.
It's all coming together. And then Red And all of them come back and they're all greeted. Yay, guys! Blah blah blah. How's it going? How's it going? Red goes to Jacob or Tatum, and he tries to start talking about this new thing that's going on with them, and they're like, "Shit, fucking happened yesterday." so Jacob and Tatum are split.
Yep.
They're split. They not cool no more.
Nope.
Jacob is kind of turned camp against Tatum a
Yep.
little bit. So that's Dalton, that's Jacob, and that's Justin Lee. Who else?
Royal.
And Alex Royal have all just kind of been salivating at voting out Tatum now.
Yep.
So it's a whole thing. So they want to get out Tatum.
Yep.
Red, Stormy, Derek, and Eddie want to get out Justin. How does this come through? Tatum's gonna vote with whatever helps him stay.
Yeah.
Those four are gonna vote for Tatum. So it's Jacob and the rest of his alliance trying to convince Red to vote out his number one ally since day one.
Yeah.
And everybody else trying to vote out Justin. So I think Tatum is going to throw his vote at Justin because everybody at camp comes back and everybody knows what happens.
Right.
So Stormy, Eddie, and Derek see this as a chance to get Tatum on their side because the iron's on him.
Right.
And they need numbers to get out Justin. So I think that's what happens. And it comes down to who does Red go for. And yes, he did just have this whole discussion. But now Jacob and the rest of Red's alliance that he said he was going to bring with him are now split.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to get out Tatum. He ate those fucking apples. Everybody knows it. And Red's like, fucking goddamn it, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
And it all goes down at Tribal Council. Red doesn't make a decision until he shows up at the Tribal Council. How does this play out, Wesley Crane?
So Red is pretty level-headed.
That's pretty level-headed.
He's pretty level-headed. I don't think he's going to vote out Tatum.
He's not going to vote out Tatum.
I don't think so. Because, yeah, everything blew up at camp, and everybody says that Tatum ate him, but he knows Tatum.
Okay.
He isn't just going to jump ship because, well, everybody else is saying that.
Okay.
Like, he needs to see that for himself.
And Stormy, with them being on the yacht just now, like, they're not as upset about, even if he did eat those apples.
Right.
He's like, maybe Stormy goes to the camera, like, on her own, and she's like, maybe he ate the apples, maybe he doesn't. I don't care. I had bacon for breakfast this morning.
Right.
We need his vote.
She's all about
This is a great idea for him to get the vote. We got his vote now.
Yeah.
We could tell him they're going to vote you out, so he's got to vote with us.
Mhm.
So, it's beautiful.
Yep.
So he doesn't vote for Tatum. Is he still going to vote for Justin? Because Jacob Lindsay's on his ass right now.
Yeah.
Like, you are part of our alliance. This is what we came here to do. Don't break away now.
Yes, I think he still votes Justin.
Oh, okay.
Again, Red's got a level head on his shoulders. I don't think he takes super kindly to somebody being like, this is what you're gonna do. I think at that point, Red's like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. We'll figure out the rest later.
Oh, boy. Okay. Is there any other side chats going on? Does Justin try to convince anybody else to vote for Tatum instead?
No, I think everybody's pretty congregated. Everybody's pretty hot about the apples still from camp anyway.
Okay.
So they've got like one agenda, whereas everybody else from the cruise ship and Tatum, like, they have a mission. They're carrying out their mission.
Okay. So they tell Tatum, hey, keep this low. We're not going to make this a public thing.
Yep.
We're going to let everybody else think that we're getting you out for the apples. But really, cruise ship over here, people, we're swerving. We're getting out Justin tonight.
Yep.
So, and then it goes down. It goes down at Tribal Council. They read the votes. It's 4 on Justin. And he's like, what the fuck is happening, guys?
Yep.
And it's 4 on Tatum. And he's just sitting there like this. And the last vote gets read. And it's fucking Justin Lee. And Justin Lee is kicked out of Survivor.
Goodbye, Justin.
He was running the show for so long. He was big braining the fuck out of this game.
Yep.
And then Jacob's plan to get out Tatum backfired and got out his own alliance guy.
Yep.
Oh, man. Holy shit.
Yep.
Some shit
Some shit.
has gone down. Oh, brother. Wait, hold on. I skipped a thing.
What did you skip?
The immunity challenge.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, so never mind. Erase the tribal council part.
Okay.
All that shit still happened. it's still Tatum versus Justin.
Okay.
But we have immunity challenge first. Oh my god, Okay, fuck.
So we have immunity challenge.
We have an immunity challenge. I forgot. I'm trying to figure out if there's a spot we can edit that to make it look like I wasn't a fucking idiot. But no, leave it in. I forgot there's an immunity challenge. Well, at least we don't have to debate now afterwards. Okay. Immunity challenge. Each contestant will stand underneath their own barrel of ice cold water. So they're standing there, and about 4 feet above their head is a barrel, like one of those like big oil barrels.
Okay.
It's full of ice cold water. At least it starts off ice cold. They're in this hot ass air, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Right.
Attached to the barrel is a string at the very top of the barrel, right? It's a string. It comes down. There's like an arm wrap.
Okay.
Contestants have to put their arm through the arm wrap and hold onto the string, and they have to. And it's only low enough to where they can reach all the way up and grab it. And they have to strap their arm in, and they have to hold their arm there as long as they can. If their arm twitches or moves slightly, it dumps the barrel on top of them, the ice cold water.
Okay.
So it's who can hold their arm up the longest. Oh my god. So, okay. We've kind of spoiled tribal council already. So, we have to kind of bounce back a little bit. All that hostility happened before the immunity challenge.
Right.
So we're going into the immunity challenge. Tatum's ass is on the line.
Yep.
In his mind, his ass is on the line right now. So everyone's like, just make sure Tatum doesn't get immunity.
Yeah.
Justin's like, it's got to be one of us. Can't be Tatum. So Jacob and Justin are like, we've got to win this. One of us has to win this.
Yes.
He cannot win this. We have to get him out of here. So, looking at that, who do you think can win this challenge? This is gonna and there are like temptations along the way. Let me go back to that. Does anybody give up within the first 90 minutes, or do they give up, or does it just fall? Does anybody just feel a little shaky?
Eddie's
gone.
Yeah.
So 90 minutes in, who? So Eddie's gone. Who else?
I think Dalton Gray's probably gone.
Dalton Gray.
Yeah.
He's got small little arms.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of muscle built up in those shoulders yet.
Okay.
I think Justin and Alex probably do fairly well. Alex has had shoulder issues in the past.
I got you.
He probably falls out.
So let's do. Does everybody except for Dalton and Eddie last to the 90-minute mark? 90 minutes in, there hasn't been a single thing of temptations for an hour and a half. Has anybody else fallen before that 90-minute mark?
I don't think so.
Okay. So the first temptation is milk. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a glass of ice cold water, clean water, not the river water or the ocean water. That's currently also dangling above their heads. It's a glass of ice cold water and strawberries. Is anybody bouncing for it?
I think Stormy is.
It's gonna sit there for about 5 minutes to let somebody try to debate. So
Yeah,
you think Stormy's gonna bounce
I
for
think
it?
Stormy's bouncing for the strawberry.
Okay, you think she's confident that their plan's gonna work?
Yeah.
Okay. So Stormy's gone. The next thing doesn't come out until 2 hours. Do you think let me make sure of that. Yeah, the next thing doesn't come out until 2 hours. So at the 2 hour mark, more stuff gets brought out. But does anybody go from that 90 minutes to 2 hours without failing?
Who's left?
Dalton's gone, Stormy's gone, Eddie's gone. So we still got Alex, Justin, Red, Tatum, Jacob, Derek.
I think Derek's starting to struggle.
He's starting to struggle.
Yeah.
He
He works on his arms, and he doesn't work out his shoulders.
If you start to struggle, like it's like the slightest movement.
Yeah.
So, do you think he holds on, or is he gone?
I think he drops just before the other stuff is brought out.
Okay.
I'm talking like,
What about Alex? I mean, we know he has a shoulder issue. Is he going to use that? Is he going to use that dead shoulder? You get to pick which one you want.
oh yeah, you're right. If he's using his strong shoulder, he's still hanging on.
Okay, so Derek James falls. 2 hours in, they bring out milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies.
Jacob's fucking gone.
Jacob is gone. He was like, we got to win this. We can't let him win this. Said that he's like, milk and cookies. Yeah, dude. Okay. Okay. The next reward doesn't get brought out for a whole nother hour. So 3 hours go by. Has anybody else fallen? We still have Alex. We still have Justin. We still have Red and Tatum. We still have Derek James. Oh no, Derek fell. His arm fell. So we have Tatum and Red, and then we have Alex and Justin. So 3 hours go by. I think they're all holding.
I think they're all holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like Tatum's holding on forever.
Yeah.
So is Justin, because now he's fighting alone. But Alex kind of is too. There's been this rivalry between Alex and Tatum as well.
Yeah.
A little bit. So the next temptation is when they really got to start debating whether they want to let go or not. Oh, well. So at 3 hours in, they bring out Bud Light and donuts. The next temptation after this was specifically for Derek, but Derek's already gone. But
Bud Light
and donuts. Is anybody giving up for some beer and sugar?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If anybody does, it would be Justin, but he's
locked in.
Yeah, he's locked
in.
now.
So they let it sit there for a couple minutes, and they're like, all right, we're going to take this out in the next 60 seconds if nobody falls. And nobody drops, so they take it away.
Yep.
And everybody else that's on the bench gets to eat it in front of them. All right.
Watch him eat that.
It's nothing for another hour. 4 hours in. Everybody still holding?
Everybody's holding, but they're hurting.
They're hurting. A joint and chocolate cake.
Ooh. I think you might.
Well, is there
Alex ain't dropping. Neither's Justin.
Okay. Tatum's not dropping.
Tatum's not dropping, and Red's not going to let Tatum just stay up there alone.
Yeah.
So I think they're all holding.
Oh, nobody cares about the joint, but that chocolate cake looks good.
Yeah, well, Derek cares about the joint.
Derek's gone. So they take that away, give it to them. Everybody shares the chocolate cake, and Derek gets to have a joint. All right. There's nothing else for the next hour and a half. And this will be it's so 5.5 hours into this challenge. Has anybody else failed yet? Has anybody else's arm gotten too much?
Not yet.
So their arms were hurting at 4 hours.
Yeah.
Another hour and a half goes by.
Yep.
They're still holding on. Is anybody just getting shaky? Maybe not trying to give up, but they're just getting a little too shaky.
I see Royal getting shaky. I see Justin isn't shaking quite yet, but you can see the rumblings.
You think maybe Alex's arm got a little too shaky and it just accidentally tipped over? Or is he still holding?
He's almost at that point.
Okay, so fuck, dude. We haven't had anyone fall in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
These guys have just been
fighting.
This is all right. And they announce this is the last temptation. There will not be another one, and they're gonna bring it out. And when they reveal it, they have 30 seconds to decide before it gets sent away.
Yep.
It is a bacon double cheeseburger with fries, with a side of ketchup, and a picture of lemonade.
I think you see Royal drop, and I think you see Justin drop.
Oh man, I think Royal drops immediately.
Yeah, Royal drops immediately.
Justin's got to think. He's got to think. If he drops, he knows Tatum's probably gonna win.
Well, I don't know that he knows that. I think that he watches Royal drop. He looks around, and he goes, "Nah, we got this."
He's been up there for 5.5 hours though.
Yeah.
Has that wouldn't you thought of that sooner?
I think he would have, but now that it's gone for so long and he's looking around at everybody that dropped and when he's thinking, he's like, nah, we got this.
Okay.
He thinks that they got him.
Okay.
So he drops.
They go get the cheeseburger. Red and Tatum are there.
Yep.
30 seconds is over.
Yep.
Red has no reason to stay.
Nope.
He doesn't get the food though because he waited past the 30 seconds. Does he just go ahead and give it to Tatum at this point?
I think he waits for Justin to get to shore, turn back and look at him, and then Red jumps, leaving Tatum alone.
And Tatum wins immunity.
Tatum wins immunity.
Okay.
And Justin's sitting there looking like a fucking idiot on shore.
Does still change up how tribal council would have gone.
Yep.
Because everybody was just voting for Tatum. What is the strategy now for Justin, Jacob, Dalton, and Alex? Because Tatum's safe now. And this might change up some stuff because Red, yes, wanted to get out Justin. But when he came home, it was kind of a divide between his allies. they were all going after Tatum. Tatum is safe now. So his allies, his other allies, the one that were going against Tatum, can't vote for Tatum now. So how does this change the dynamic?
I think Justin gets them and you're like, he may be safe, but let's hit him where it hurts. Let's go after Red. And Jacob has a fucking problem with it.
Jacob, that's fun.
Because he wants to be Red's friend so bad. But he's in this alliance with Justin and them, trying to get Tatum out. So he's not going to go for it.
How does Jacob feel about Red handing immunity to Tatum?
I mean,
maybe he looks, because his whole time they wanted to be, Tatum's #1 ally, former tag partner. Jacob is current tag partner, and he handed it to Tatum. Jacob feel like he would ever do that for him.
He's probably a little bit chapped by it, but he also probably does think that Red would do the same for him.
Okay.
He's only chapped by it though because it's Tatum.
Okay. Okay. So now, Justin's goal is to get Red out.
Yep.
Stormy and Red's goal is to get Justin.
Right.
He says we need to get Red. Jacob's like, nah.
I don't think he voices it. I just think he stays quiet about it. And when he submits his vote, he votes Justin.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to, like, draw any attention to himself.
Okay. Dalton. Does Jacob tell anybody that he's going to vote for Justin?
No, he stays uber quiet.
So, Justin, Alex, Jacob, Dalton, and so wait on Jacob. So they all get together and they're like, we got to get out Red. But here's the deal. Jacob doesn't agree with that.
Right.
But even if he did agree with that, that's still only 4 and they need 5.
Yeah.
So what's Justin's play?
I think he probably...
Because he's either so he doesn't know he doesn't have Jacob. In his mind, he has Jacob.
Yeah.
But he still needs at least 1. So in his mind, he needs to flip at least 1, or he needs to try to put the votes on somebody else.
He probably tries to get Eddie.
Okay.
They flipped Eddie before.
Eddie's flipped a bunch.
So they think that may be their easiest way to get the extra vote.
They go to Eddie.
Yep.
They go to Eddie and they're like, hey, you guys, he's like, you have fun on that yacht? He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. He's like,
Telling old yacht stories and shit.
starts telling yacht stories, but then like maybe guilt about how bad camp life was.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's trying to convince them that Red isn't one of them.
Well, I don't know that he's necessarily trying to convince him that Red isn't one of them, but he tells him about the apple thing, that how all that went down at camp. He really drives it home like Tatum ate those apples. And now he's got immunity. Like, we have to get him out, and the only way to do that is to get Red out first.
Yeah.
Then he has no leg to stand on.
Yeah.
He's really trying, but I don't think Eddie's necessarily going for it because they all talked on the cruise.
Okay. So he's not going for it. Does he have any other plays?
I don't think Justin has any other plays. He thinks it's foolproof and it's going to work.
He thinks Eddie's just going to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really confident.
Okay. All right. And then they go to tribal council.
Yeah.
And the votes
do not reflect that.
Okay. It's 3 votes on Tatum.
Yeah. We're on Red.
All right. Yeah, 3 votes on Red, and then 6 votes on Justin Lane.
And he is just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh, this game has been flipped on its ass. Oh my god, that took so long.
It took way longer.
That took so long. All right, so Justin Lee becomes the first member of the jury.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Oh, what a jury that's
He's the first member of the. So now, at the next tribal council, whenever the shit goes down, we go through whatever the immunity, whatever. Before anybody even talks at tribal council, Justin Lee gets brought in and he gets to sit down, and then they start talking.
All right.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder what the tribal council chats were like tonight. Like, let's talk about the Jeff Probst. Like, all right, guys,
let's talk about the apples. Let's talk about the apples.
Let's talk about the
Oh, no, it's too late now. We're not gonna keep going. I was about to say, does anything come out at Tribal Council? But
We'll talk about that next week.
okay.
All right. So Tommy, where can they find you?
Man, nowhere.
Nowhere.
I don't exist.
Just
This whole thing that they've been listening to has been made by AI. I'm not real.
figment of their imagination.
I'm not real. If you've ever seen me in person, it was fake. It was fake.
You're hallucinating.
It was hallucinating. You can find me. You can find me at Elote. No, you can't. You can find my cousin, Party Boy Tommy, at Elote on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th this weekend. This weekend.
This weekend.
Come out.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's gonna be a great time. You could have found me at WFC. I'm no longer gonna be at WFC, but you should still be. You should still go to WFC and support.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things going on. Still show up. Find me on social medias. If you just search for Tommy Dean, you'll find me.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of other ones out there. Almost none, actually. There's one.
That's crazy.
There's one Tommy Dean out there. He lives in Wales.
In Wales?
Yeah. So when I did extra work for WWE, when you do extra work for them, you're supposed to bring workout clothes.
Yeah.
So I brought in a Tommy Dean cutoff, and I was wearing it. And Finn Balor goes, "It's a nice shirt." Well, thank you. Like on the inside, I'm like, somebody's talking to me, because I love Finn Balor. But he's like, oh, is that your shirt? I'm like, yeah. And I think I'm about to get fucking just like, oh, fucking Mark wears his own shit to WWE. And he's like, no, that's super fucking cool, man. I got a friend, Tommy Dean, back in Wales, where I used to wrestle it all the time. Can I take a picture of that? And he takes a picture of my shirt.
That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah. But there is one other Tommy Dean out there. But if you search for Tommy Dean, you'll probably find me. Oh, I just finger fucked your phone there for a second.
That's okay.
Yeah, but don't follow me. Don't
All right.
follow me. If I turn around and you're there, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
Right.
Even if you're a woman, you're still getting punted in the dick.
That's impressive. I don't understand your supernatural powers.
Exactly. I spawn a dick
American
just for you.
Tommy Dean.
Yeah.
And this Saturday, May 3rd, you can catch me at night 1 of Elote's Cinco de Mayo event outside of Elote Cafe and Catering in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. This Sunday, May 4th at Baracho Pro at Pinballs in Austin, Texas. And then on May 18th, I'll be in Springdale, Arkansas for Diamond State Wrestling's Clash of Diamonds event. As always, subscribe and follow me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at I Am Wesley Crane. Grab yourself some super sick merch, shirts, hoodies, hats, digital downloads. It's all available at www.iamwesleycrane.com. And if you want to support the team of Tommy and I, then go check out some Parabellum merch, including the Glaze Me collection, as well as the Heterosexual Life Mate collection. And of course, don't forget to follow BS with Tommy and Wes on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasting fix. Links for everything I just mentioned are in the description for this episode. And with all of that being said, we will see you on the next one.
We should also point out that if you see Wesley Crane or Potty Boy Tommy at Elote and you shove a $20 bill in our pants, or their pants, not mine, I won't be there. If you shove a $20 bill in their pants, Wesley will do the leg split dance, and then Potty Boy Tommy will bark like a dog with a leash on his neck. Apparently,
it's kind of like an acting out of Melina's entrance.
yeah. But it's got to be a 20.
It's got to be a
Nothing.
20.
We don't do shit for fivers.
Nope.
Hey Wesley, what the fuck is a steak nugget?
Steak nugget.
What's a steak nugget?
I would assume that it's like, well, nuggets are breaded, so they would have to be like a little steak bite in like a
So it's like a chicken. It's like a chicken nugget,
but with steak.
Arby's has those now. We should go get some steak nuggets.
We should.
Oh,
That's some bullshit.
is it?
Maybe not.
Now that question right there, that's bullshit.